My child, I have told you before and I am telling you once again, this is my final decision for you. Yes, I know you are wondering what decision I am talking about. My child, I am talking about the decision to bless you through both the moments of tests and rewards. My decision is final, to orchestrate your steps towards my kingdom and not away from it. I have watched you when your heart was overwhelmed. I have seen you collapse in silence when the weight of life seemed too great to bear. You thought I was far, but I was closer than your next breath. I was the stillness that wrapped around your soul. I was the quiet whisper that held your heart together when you didn't know how to hold yourself. Nothing escaped me, not a single tear that fell, not a single hope you tried to bury beneath disappointment. I was there, and I say to you again, my decision is final. You are Amin. You belong to me, not because of what you've done or failed to do, but because I chose you before the world began. You are not a mistake of time or a wanderer without direction. I have carved your path with my own hand, and every twist, every valley, every mountain and dry plain has been part of my divine map for you. Yes, I have allowed detours and delays, not because I was displeased with you, but because I was refining something deeper in you that only time and pressure could reveal. You have cried out to me, why must it hurt? Why must I wait? Why must it seem like others run while I crawl? And I answer you now with the voice of eternity, because I am building within you what cannot be shaken. I am forging in you the character of my Son. I am laying in you the foundation of unmovable faith. You see only the days and minutes, but I see the generations. You will affect the souls. Your endurance will inspire the lives that will be pulled out of darkness, because you did not quit when it was hard. I have told you before, I am telling you again, I do not waste pain. I do not delay joy without purpose. I do not close one door unless another far greater is already being prepared. My silence was never absence. My quiet was never disinterest. I have been shaping you in the shadows, growing fruit where no one could see. And soon, my child, yes, very soon it will break forth. What was hidden will become visible. What was sown in tears will rise in joy. But know this, the reward is not merely in what I give, but in what I become to you along the way. I am your portion, your reward, your strength and your satisfaction. I do not bless only to fill your hands, but to fill your heart with me. Every test was a drawing closer. Every delay was a beckoning. I allowed the pressure not to break you, but to press you deeper into my presence. There were days when you thought I had forgotten you. You looked at others and said, why are they moving forward while I stand still? But I say to you, child, I never measure progress the way man does. Your stillness was not stagnation, it was sacred. It was in the waiting that your roots went deep. It was in the quiet that I whispered truths you never would have heard. In the noise I sanctified the stillness. I blessed the waiting, and in that waiting I was transforming your desires. I was purifying your motives. I was taking away what you thought you needed and giving you what would truly sustain you. You asked me for one thing and I gave you another, not because I refused your longing, but because I knew what you truly longed for was far greater than you could understand. I have not denied you. I have preserved you. I have not rejected your prayers. I have redefined them through the lens of eternity. You see the narrow path and call it lonely. I call it holy. You see the storm and call it punishment. I call it preparation. You see the breaking and call it failure. I call it formation. My child, I am not like man. I do not discard the broken. I gather every shattered piece and refashion it into something glorious. I write redemption into every chapter, even the ones you wish you could erase. You must understand, my decision to bless you is not reactionary. It is sovereign. It is not based on how well you perform or how steady you walk. It is rooted in my covenant with you, sealed by the blood of the Lamb, written in the ink of my own promises. You are not earning my love, you are living from it. You are not chasing approval, you are walking in the approval already given to you in Christ. So when you feel weak, rejoice. That is when my strength is most visible in you. When you feel unseen, remember I, the God who sees all, have my eyes ever on you. When you feel forgotten, recall that I have engraved your name on the palm of my hand. When you fear the unknown, trust that I already stand in your future. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. I do not change, and neither does my love for you. This path I have chosen for you, it is not easy, but it is holy. It is not always quick, but it is sure. Every promise I have spoken over. Cross. Allow my finished victory to echo through the corridors of your heart, and watch as shame retreats into the shadows. The moment you choose agreement with my promises, angels stand ready to minister, and blessings long prepared begin to unfold in your everyday moments. Coffee in hand, traffic lights blinking, conversations unfolding, laughter erupting, all infused with the awareness that heaven is closer than your next heartbeat. Midday may bring sudden clouds, unexpected emails, harsh words, bills you did not anticipate. Yet even then, let my praise rise from within you like a river that refuses to run dry. Speak to the north, south, east, and west of your circumstances. Remind them who rules the wind and stills the sea. I did not design you to be a passive observer of life's storms, but an active partner in my redemptive plan. Your declaration is not a mere psychological exercise. It is a spiritual decree backed by the authority of the one who spoke worlds into existence. As you partner with me, solutions will surface, creativity will spark, and courage will fortify your innermost being. Do not underestimate small obeisances. One encouraging text, one generous act, one moment of forgiveness. Each is a seed that, watered by my promise, bursts into harvest at the appointed season. Stand firm. The soil of faith knows how to yield abundance. When evening drapes its quiet cloak across the sky, let reflection turn into celebration. Trace the fingerprints of my goodness upon the canvas of your day. See how I shielded you from unseen danger. How I whispered comfort through an unexpected song. How I supplied strength when your own was spent. Even the moments that felt empty were invitation portals into deeper intimacy with me. I am your shepherd who guides you through the valley and prepares a feast in front of every foe. Lift your eyes from temporary emptiness to eternal fullness. I have set a table where joy is your portion and peace your drink. Bask in the glow of my undying affection. And let the worries that once shouted now fade into silent reverence. Night cannot smother the flame of my love, for it burns with holy constancy. A lighthouse leading you home until the dawn of new mercies greets you again. Rest now, beloved, under the shelter of my omnipotent wings. Allow the cadence of my promises to lull you into deep, fearless sleep. I watch over you through every hour, numbering your breaths and surrounding your dreams with melodies of deliverance. While you rest, I am orchestrating answers to prayers you have barely formed, weaving together details beyond your comprehension. Tomorrow's battles are already met with tomorrow's grace, and nothing will catch me off guard. So release every lingering concern into my capable hands. They were never meant to fit into yours. As you yield, you will wake renewed, your spirit humming with anticipation of what will unfold next. Remember, my word spoken through your lips is a key that opens prison doors, a torch that lights hidden paths, a banner that signals victory to the hosts of heaven. Proclaim it boldly and watch your problems dissolve in the brilliance of my sovereignty. For I remain forever your God, your Lord, your Father, your sovereign King. From today onward, you walk hand in hand with me. Face your problems with faith. You will fear nothing and no one. You will not suffer, for my affection heals you, and with my love I will cover you. Don't believe the voices of pessimism or bad news. Your future is not sad or gray, for I know the plans and thoughts I have for you. It is my desire and will that you may prosper in all things just as your soul prospers. Beloved, receive these words as a gentle sunrise warming your face. I have woven abundance into the very fabric of your being. When I breathed life into you, I set eternity in your heart and seeded every moment with possibility. The world may measure prosperity by numbers that rise-fall, by applause that fades, by possessions that rust, but I measure it by the flourishing of your inner garden, where peace, courage, and holy joy blossom in every season. As those hidden roots deepen in me, the visible branches of your life will unfurl, relationships healed, purpose clarified, dreams revived, provision flowing like a river that never runs dry. Do not fear scarcity. Scarcity is a mirage that dissolves in the radiance of my presence. Lift your eyes from the temporary droughts of circumstance to my eternal reservoir and drink deeply of the living. From the light of my truth to the dimness of half-truths and well-dressed lies, he knows that if he cannot remove you from my hand, he will attempt to render you ineffective. If he cannot possess your spirit, he will try to oppress your mind. If he cannot control your steps, he will try to influence your thoughts. But hear me, your thoughts are not his playground, your attention is not his to command, your steps are not his to direct. I have given you authority, I have placed within you the power to resist, to discern, to choose. Do not say I had no control, for I have taught your hands to war and your fingers to battle. I have poured my spirit upon you to guide, to comfort, to lead. You are not at the mercy of the enemy's tactics, you are under the shadow of the Almighty. But you must stand, you must guard your gates. What you see, what you hear, what you entertain, every thought must be tested, weighed against my word, and if it does not align with truth, you must cast it down. The devil seeks a foothold, a crevice in your thoughts, a moment of weakness, a door left ajar. But you are not helpless, my child. I have given you wisdom, I have given you discernment. discernment you must learn to be still and listen, for I will alert your spirit when deception creeps, and I will tug at your heart when the path ahead is not from me. But if your mind is cluttered with noise, if your attention is divided among lesser things, then the enemy finds it easier to slip through unnoticed. This is why I say fix your eyes on me, not for my benefit but for yours, because what you focus on you become sensitive to, and what you neglect you become desensitized to. If you fix your eyes on fear, you will grow anxious. If you fix your eyes on the world, you will become restless. But if you fix your eyes on me, peace will guard you, strength will sustain you, and clarity will lead you. I see how the enemy has tried to wear you down, not through loud attacks but through slow erosion, a compromise here, a distraction there. He uses the world's rhythms, its noise, its chows. He makes you feel as though constant motion is necessary. He makes you believe that stillness is weakness, that silence is wasted. But stillness is where I speak, silence is where I reveal. In the secret place I teach you to recognize the counterfeit, to detect the twist in the serpent's tongue. There is a battle for your attention, child, and it is not small. Your attention is currency in the spirit realm. The enemy does not just want you to sin, he wants you too distracted to pray, too busy to listen, too entertained to obey. He floods your senses with options, with voices, with endless pursuits. He masks addiction as ambition, restlessness as purpose, noise as meaning. But listen to me now, step back, breathe. I return to the simplicity of my presence. I have not hidden myself behind a maze of complications. I am near, I am as close as your next whisper. But you must choose, you must silence the competing voices, you must take control of your steps, and that begins with the mind. Take every thought captive, not some. Everyone ask, does this lead me closer to the heart of God or further into distraction? Ask, does this lift up Christ or exalt self? Ask, does this produce the fruit of the Spirit or feed the flesh? The enemy wants you to believe that you are a slave to impulse, to emotion, to temptation, but that is not your identity. You are not bound, you are free, you are not weak, you are made strong in me, you are not directionless, you are led by my Spirit. You must stand up and walk in that truth. Every time the enemy whispers a lie, respond with truth. Every time he tries to remind you of your past, declare you're present in me. Every time he tempts you with fear of the future, remind him of your eternal destiny. He fears what you might become if you walk fully awake. He fears the sound of your worship in the dark. He fears your prayers whispered through tears. He fears your yes to me in the middle of your trial, because every step you take in faith is a blow to his kingdom. Every time you resist his bait, you testify of my power. Every time you set your eyes on me instead of what distracts you, grow stronger, bolder, wiser. You see, my child, it's not just about avoiding sin, it's about walking in purpose. The enemy wants you neutralized. He prefers a lukewarm heart, a distracted mind, a half-surrendered soul. But I have called you to be fully mine, not partly, not occasionally, but wholly. And to be wholly mine, you must take every step with intention. You must decide each day, I will not be moved by fear, I will not be led by impulse, I will not be tossed by the waves of culture. I walk by the Spirit, not by sight. You are not an accident, and neither are the steps I have ordered for you. The enemy will try to use your past to anchor you in shame, your weaknesses to paralyze your confidence. But I tell you, walk forward, not in your strength but in mine. When he reminds you of who you were, remind him of whose you are. You are a new creation. Old things have passed away, all things are being made new. And when temptation comes, and it will, do not face it alone. Call on me, use the weapons I have placed in your hand. My word is sharper than any sword, my name is a strong tower, my Spirit is your power. You do not need to argue with the enemy, you simply need to stand, to resist, to cling to truth. He cannot overcome one who is hidden in me. You must also understand the power of your atmosphere. What you allow around you influences what grows within you. The enemy works through suggestion, through repetition, through subtle shifts in what seems acceptable. Guard your environment. Do not make peace with things I have called you to cast out. Do not entertain thoughts that war against your soul. What you tolerate eventually dominates. But you, child, are not called to merely survive. Of you are called to reign, not in arrogance but in authority, not in pride but in purpose. You must wake each day with the awareness that your life is not your own. You carry my name, you represent my kingdom, and your steps matter, even the small ones, especially the small ones, because where your feet go your heart follows, where your attention lingers your soul dwells. The enemy will offer shortcuts, easy answers, counterfeit light, but remember, he is a deceiver, not a creator. He mimics what is holy but lacks the breath of life. He offers satisfaction without surrender, pleasure without purity, glory without sacrifice. But my path, though narrow, is life. My road, though it requires everything, leads to fullness. Do not not be discouraged when the war intensifies. That is not a sign of failure, it is a sign of growth. The enemy resists those who are rising, he opposes those who threaten his dominion, but greater is he who is in you than he who is in the world. You do not fight alone, you are surrounded by a host of witnesses, you are covered by my grace, upheld by my hand, equipped by my word. Even in moments when you fall, do not linger in guilt, repent, rise and return. The enemy wants you buried in shame, believing that one failure disqualifies you, but I say to you, my blood speaks a better word. My mercy is new every morning, my forgiveness is not measured by your consistency but by my covenant. Yet up every stumble can become a stepping stone, every failure a place of deeper intimacy. The more you walk with me, the more you will recognize his traps before they form. You will sense the twist in a word, the pull in a glance, the poison in a thought. Your spirit will become trained to reject what doesn't carry my breath, but it begins with attention. Where your mind goes, your life follows. So be vigilant, not anxious but aware, and be alert, not fearful but focused. Let my peace guard your heart and mind. Let my truth be the filter through which you process every idea, every offer, every desire. Let my spirit lead you not just on mountaintops but in mundane moments, because that is where the enemy often strikes. When you least expect, he will not come dressed in red. You may come through a familiar voice, a moment of weariness, a well-crafted lie, but you will know it's not from me, because it will not bring peace, it will not bear fruit, it will not align with my word, it will not require surrender, only indulgence. And in that moment you must choose. Remember, my child, you are not powerless, you are not confused, you are not lost, you are mine, and I have not only saved you, I have sent you, I have filled you with light to walk into dark places and not be overcome. I have equipped you with wisdom to expose lies and silence confusion. I have given you vision to see beyond the immediate and into the eternal. So when the enemy calls, let him find no place in you. When he tempts, let him find a closed door. When he accuses, let him hear your worship. When he presses, let him see you standing. And when he flees, as he must, you will not only have endured, you will have conquered. Your steps, my child, are yours to choose, but I have shown you the way. I am that way. Walk in me and you walk in life. Walk with me and you walk in victory. Set your face like flint. Do not look to the left or right. The enemy cannot steal what you refuse to surrender. He fears your devotion, he fears your perseverance, he fears your prayers. So press on, keep your attention fixed on me, and know this: I am with you always, even to the end of the age. I am your shepherd, your defender, your keeper, your king. Be your king, be you. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, no distraction shall destroy your destiny, no deception shall detour your calling, because I have spoken and my word is final. You are mine and I have declared it. You will overcome. Amen.